Okay, so the Running Man, the remake of the Arnold Schwarzenegger film from I think it was like '87 or something like that. You have Glenn Powell playing the Ben Richards character. You have Josh Brolin playing the Killian character. And what did I think of it? Well, they changed the plot in the way that Ben Richards gets involved in the game, which is fine. Um, the action is okay. I didn't find myself really being blown away by too many sequences. There are a few that stick out, but there isn't really like a wow, like, oh my god kind of deal where the original Running Man had that. Um, the story's simple enough. I don't know. Uh, by its end, I kind of like was like, it is what it is. It was just a movie and a one watch for me. I think Glenn Powell does a fine job as the title character, but it's just the surrounding um, kind of things that go on. It's kind of like whatever. It didn't grab me. It didn't pull me in. Um, uh, I looked at it as kind of like just an action movie. I didn't look at it as a remake because I'm not a huge fan of remakes. So I went in looking at this as a simple action film. There is action in there, and there are a couple of sequences, as I said, that are cool. But overall, yeah, it didn't stick with me. Um, I think Josh Brolin's character as Killian is kind of weak in terms of the writing aspect. Um, the host of the Running Man show as things are going on, he's charismatic. He's there. I was actually really disappointed in the hunters. They there were five of them, and none of them were memorable. They're all kind of like army guys in a way, and whereas the original Running Man, there were their personas were built up as kooky as they were in the original Running Man. The hunters were cool, like they were goofy but purposely made that way. So it made the film like interesting. You had like one guy that used lightning. You had one guy that had a flamethrower. You had one guy that used a like hockey stick. Another used a chainsaw. Like they stood out. These hunters in this film were boring as shit. And that's the biggest disappointment I had with this film, I think, is like that's why the action sequences were eh. The, it didn't feel like a game show. It felt like just cameras following Ben Richards around and, oh, you're there, let's get him. It didn't have, like I said, the pull. The original Running Man, I take over this one any day of the week. It was far more entertaining. Humor was there, more interesting villains, and the action was way better. Maybe dated by today's standards, but it's still Arnold pulls it out. And it's not just Arnold, it's the people around him that pulled it out. It felt like a game show in that deadly game show in that film. Where in this one, it yeah, I don't know, it was lacking. I just found it lacking. Not much more to say about it. I mean, check it out if you just want to throw away action. To be honest, and Glenn Powell is a good actor, and I like him in this film. He was the best part of it, but everything else around it just was like, you know, it's fine. Um, yeah, that's the Running Man. I wouldn't say I'm like hugely disappointed about it because it is a remake. But, I kind of wanted a little bit more from this film and didn't get it. So, my personal opinion of it. I mean, if, like I said, you want an action movie to just, get entertained by, you're gonna get it here.